Call it Wuhan Virus, or maybe Wu flu, or maybe Kung flu, or maybe the Chinese virus. It's interesting. There's a simple test you can do with leftists, and by leftists, what I mean really is extreme leftists, because this is where the left is now. If someone says, "Oh, don't call it the Chinese virus," okay, let me stop you there. Can you tell me some bad things about the Chinese Communist Party? Just list off some bad things. Force leftists to criticize obviously bad things from the left-wing sphere of the world. Tell me what's wrong with communism. Tell me what's wrong with the Chinese Communist Party. They'll probably refuse to do it. What this exposes is their massive double standard, and the fact that they can't really. They would rather defend. I mean, you saw this with the NBA bending the knee to the Chinese communist dictatorship, because one of their owners criticised the Chinese communist dictatorship. It's ridiculous. They're siding with a dictatorship, an amoral, authoritarian dictatorship, over the democratically elected countries of the West and the President of the United States. And these people, we're supposed to take these people seriously. Stephen Colbert, well, I mean, you have to take them seriously because the joke's fucking not funny, especially not Trevor Noah, a comedy-free zone who's just there because he's black, let's be honest. Jon Stewart I found pretty funny, actually, back when the left was mostly sane. But the left really, if it had any ability to self-reflect, it should know that if it's siding with a communist dictatorship, and let's just interject, it should be called the Communist Nazi Party of China, because the Communist Party of China is basically just the Nazis at this point. They're doing things like the Nazis. They're doing a genocide with the Uyghurs. They have complete surveillance. I mean, the Nazis could only dream about the level of control the Communist Nazi Party of China has over its people. It should really be called the Communist Mafia Dictatorship Nazi Party of China, because that's what they are. They're a fully illegitimate government. We should help the Chinese people take back their country. And if that happens, it would be the same for Hong Kong. Hong Kong would just automatically get its freedom if the Chinese people will help to get their freedom. But I digress. If leftists are defending the dumpster fire that is the Winnie the Pooh dictatorship, communist Nazi dictatorship of China, then this has to be called out. And don't call it the Wuhan virus. Why not? Viruses are named after the place they're from. Oh, because of racism. Okay, so you're allowing some moronic racists who are being racist against ethnically Chinese people who were born in the US, who clearly have nothing to do with the country of China anymore. You're allowing and by the way, let's see some proof of these incidents, because there's a lot of fake hate crimes out there. But let's assume they're real. You're allowing a handful of moronic idiots to stop you naming a virus after where it comes from, even though that's what we've done for a long time. Now, the fact we've done this for a long time doesn't mean that's what we should continue to do. And if China was a democracy, I think you'd have maybe a stronger case for this. But China isn't a democracy. The Chinese people are living under the thumb of a brutal Nazi dictatorship. The Nazi Party of China is brutally oppressing its people in ways that's mostly hidden, that we don't see because they control the media. We should be criticizing the Nazi Party of China, Nazi Communist Party of China, because they have covered up vast parts of this, and they're still lying about it now, and they will continue to lie about it. People must have the ability to remove their leaders. Chinese people don't have that ability. They have to sit there and watch Winnie the Pooh and his tin pot dictatorship, his Nazi mafia dictatorship, steal money, and boy have they stolen a lot of money, whittled it away, I wonder where that is, and steal power illegitimately from the Chinese people. It's an illegitimate government. The West should have nothing to do with illegitimate, undemocratic governments. If the entire world was democracies, literally half the world's problems would go away immediately. Half of them. We need to encourage every country to become a democracy. But while it's not, we should be criticizing the Chinese government, not the people, the Chinese government, for covering up this virus, lying about it, and secondarily, not closing down the wet markets where these viruses come from. this is China's fault. It should be blamed, firstly. Secondly, there's a convention of saying where viruses come from. So what, fucking get over it. So again, the far left is saying, oh, look, we can't do this because there may be a little bit of racism. If we do this, we have to stop this entire thing because a little bit of racism. Just fucking get over it. Bad things happen in the world. In you attempting to stop all bad things happening in the world, you're going to make the world 1,000 times fucking worse. Just like the communists did. You're not going to get to a perfect world. If you try and create one, you're going to fuck up the actually very good world we have. Democracy for China now, democracy for Hong Kong now. It's called the fucking Wuhan virus. Get over it.
The Deviant Developer Podcast. Tap subscribe in any podcast app to never miss an episode. Please leave a review on iTunes and like on YouTube. It's essential to spread the word. To contact me or make a welcome donation, go to thedeviantdeveloper.com. Your support is greatly appreciated.